Hello there.
Hello! Fucking hell!
We made it, Gerry.
Yeah,
we made
telling
it.
you. That's how we're going to beat them, Tom. Keep underestimating us.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah. Despite plummeting figures.
We did well. Our very first one did well.
We held level. Our figures are, I would say, level, if not rising.
Yeah.
And awareness among our immediate family is growing.
I'd be lying if every one of them had listened to it, to be honest.
Yeah. But hey, folks, we are fucking back. I'm Gerry McBride.
Tom Mahony, good to be back.
Back here for season 3 of
The Tom and Gerry Show.
It's fucking skillful productions like that.
I know.
That's gonna keep us rocking and rolling, baby.
We haven't disappointed our skillful. Well, our professionalism. I suppose we were keeping it relevant. We're driving to a gig.
We're driving to a gig because we are both stand-up comedians, as we've said before, and also Tom, an actor of high esteem.
Yeah.
From such shows as
Damo and Ivor and whatnot,
and such like, and myself do a bit of writing for a website called Waterford Whispers News. I think that's the introductions for the new people.
Yeah.
Every comic is someone's first comic, as Stanley once said.
I think a lot of people, I think, really do like the name more than anything, Gerry. I've been picking that up of late the last couple of weeks. People are going, "Were you on a do you do a podcast?" Because obviously every comedian under the fucking sun is doing a podcast
course, yes.
now. Yeah,
it's the new blogging.
But it's like, yeah, Tom and Gerry Show.
There you go.
But it seems to throw a spanner in the works. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, how'd you get by that one? That's all right. Your man spells his name with a G, or kosher.
Yeah.
But regardless of which, we're back for season 3.
Very excited.
With more guff, and we're tuned up. We've got the fucking mobile podcast studio pimped out to the last. Tom has bought a little claw.
Yeah, €5. It typically, I think it's supposed to hold your phone for when you're, I don't know what the fuck you're supposed.
Well, you're
it's a
talking
claw.
hands-free.
It's definitely not meant for our podcast machine.
But it's holding it.
It's holding it. Look at it shaking it with dear life. I can't wait to hear what this fucking sounds like.
It would be grand.
Well, it's just if I just drove into a big fucking cunt of a pothole and it's still hanging on there. All right, okay.
It's like this, folks. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you get with the Tom and Gerry Show. We've got no airs and graces. We're just gonna fucking rock and roll, baby.
Yeah. So how's life been, Gerry?
Life's been fucking peachy, Tom. I've been working away, working hard, gigging hard. I've been writing hard, living hard, hoping to die hard pretty soon.
Have you been minding your health?
I have, yeah. I've been doing a bit, yeah. I've been trying my best to mind the health, yeah.
Why?
Because I really felt like I was going to die at any given second.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right.
I took the kid to took my wee boy to like a ball pit, you know, like the kids' soft play areas, like the slides and balls and all this kind of thing. And he was running rings around me.
And he's 3.
And he's coming on 3, and he was like getting away from me at times. And at one stage, I felt the arm pain kicking in.
Oh, Jesus.
I felt the pain in the left arm coming in. I goes, I'm not having a fucking heart attack in a ball pit. That is not where they're finding me, Tom.
Jesus, no, you can't.
I don't want people to be driving past this ball pit later on in the day, and there's like a cordon around it, and them say to themselves, "Why is that place shut?" Oh, terrible story. I swear to God, it really felt like the evening was going to end up with people pooching through my phone looking for wife or home as a number.
Yeah, and you don't mind dying, but die with dignity.
Yeah, don't die at the bottom of a fucking slide.
No. Jesus Christ.
So that's where we've been trying to keep that on the go. And of course, if nothing else, Tom, I wanted to live to see season 3 of Tom and Gerry Show.
Yeah, of course.
So let's kick off. Why not? Wait, some things change, Tom, and some things just stay the same.
They stay the same.
War never changes, Tom.
But do you think this is why people fucking listen in really to the show? Is that we can't really get rid of this section.
Yeah, we haven't got a bakery segment to fill it in, so we may as well go what we know, Tom, with our first section, which we, as always, we call
Giving Out Yards.
Giving Out Yards, baby. You take this one, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's probably a cliche subject, and it shouldn't be a thing that bothers me, really, like, because of years in the buildings, but I don't know, is it the summertime or something has pushed me over, but I'm done with arses.
You're done with arses, Tom?
This morning, like, you think, like, this is Sunday we're recording this on, you think Sunday morning driving through town, you think this is going to be offence-free, really?
I'm fairly certain you should go through a Sunday pretty much arse-free, Tom.
No. Guy delivering some shit of some sort, squatting down. It's like, how did everybody go through all these people go through their life without getting a fucking belt? Like, and all out, not just like I can, somebody's, a little bit of low riding there, but all out. Like we're talking Ennis,
full on
Ennis.
Oh my
out
God.
on the road.
Holy Jesus!
And it's like I had enough of it in the fuck. That's the one thing I don't miss about construction. Like construction was beautiful. You could fucking lose your head with somebody while smoking a cigarette, throw a fucking rock at them, and not lose your job.
Right.
But the anuses hanging out everywhere. But I dealt with it because it was just like the pinnacle of the whole thing. I remember there was a guy called Noel who defied logic. He was our guttering guy, and Noel was 45 stone.
Right.
Guttering being typically have to go up a fucking ladder.
You're not going to do it from the ground.
I think JCB must have sponsored his ladder or something. It was just phenomenal. But the final time, I knew it was just. It got to a point of almost fucking. We nearly got arrested because of Noel's arse.
It was just completely out in show.
I got a call one day on a small job we were doing. It was a couple of houses we were doing, and there was a school down the road, a primary school. And the principal rang up and said, "We have some guttering damage. Any chance you come down and do us a quick favour?" I says, "No problem."
Gladly.
300 quid.
Lovely.
15-minute job.
Back when it was worth
Noel
money.
dragged that job out for a fucking hour and a half. No bother, says Noel. He goes down, it's a flat roof.
Right.
Now what it is on, to describe to you, and see can I describe it, it's on classroom 2, right? Right, it's in classroom 2 is where, outside classroom 2, the guttering has a problem, right? So Noel, the thing is, there's classroom 3 straight across the way, so classroom 2 and 3 can see each other across a 20
I get you. Okay.
20-foot bit of yard.
Right, I got you.
So Noel's down there, 5 minutes I'm back up on the site, thinking, that's a handy couple of quid for myself and Noel in our arse pockets. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call off the principal saying, you better get your hole down here. Get the fuck down here, this is a disgrace. Like, what the fuck is going on? Down I go. I walk into classroom 3 to look across at Noel. Noel was wearing no underwear that day.
Oh, fuck me.
His trousers were down around his fucking ankles. There was 36 7-year-olds losing their fucking mind watching this big fat man up a ladder.
Because they were going to watch, like, if you were 7 and there was someone doing anything in the school, you were going to watch that regardless.
Yeah. Now, whether they were traumatised or not, I don't know. But I do know classroom 3 might have been in one way or another just laughing their fucking heads off at this big fat man's arse. But he was full frontal to classroom 2. I swear to God, he was 25 minutes up on the ladder at this stage.
With the fucking trousers around his knees.
Cock and balls right up against the fucking glass. 36 more 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds or 9-year-olds or whatever they were inside that class. They weren't fucking laughing.
Come here to me.
They weren't laughing, Gerry.
Like, this is the thing with Builder's Crack, Tom, and Builder's Arse. Fuck knows I've seen enough of it in my time as well, coming in and out of the shops I've been working in. Did you not notice it? Did you not notice
How do
a
you
stiff
not,
breeze?
If you know yourself, you're unpacking stuff out of the car, you're getting, and you'll feel that breeze across the top of your crack. You'll feel it, and you'll go, right, nobody's around. I'll duck.
So be it.
How I can't fathom it. I can never fathom it.
Do you know what it is, Tom? It's one of the things that irritates and annoys me the most is to have bare exposed arse. I can't abide it, right? Alright? And to the extent that I was always like tucking my clothes into my trousers.
Yeah!
Until the time came that the missus had to tell me to stop doing it. Are you going out with that?
It may be uncool, but you know you're not on show.
This is it. The missus would be like, are you going out with a t-shirt tucked into your jeans? I'd be like, yeah. Why? She goes, just fucking pull that t-shirt. I goes, no, I don't want. Like, and my t-shirt fucking hangs down below my balls, and my trousers come up around me oxers like Simon Cowell. So like, she's like, you're not going to be showing your arse off anyway. And I'm like, you just don't know. You just don't fucking know. I honestly spend like 80% of my day pulling my trousers up to make sure they're up.
Yeah. Now, I know it was a fashion for a while in the 90s to have your trousers pulled down a small bit, like, or whatever, which was born out of prison wear.
Yes, indeed. To show that you're ready for
action. You're ready for rock and roll. Which, when you think about it, that would probably go against most of what but the builder thing is just pure laziness.
It's sheer laziness.
I worked with a guy on a pig farm one time, and he wore his trousers down to the top of basically his cock. Basically, that's how, and his arse was on full display all the time. And the old man who had worked with him on a previous job like 30 years previous, when he was fucking like that 30 years ago, that prick, and he reckoned he was doing it to make himself look taller.
How would it?
Because he would, I suppose in a roundabout way, he figured if he looked like he'd a long back, like the guy was about 5 foot. That's the only. It was a shot in it was a Hail Mary of a fucking of a shot by the old man, like, you know.
The theory is so fucking thin.
It's pretty
singing me a verse, and we've only just begun.
There can be I'm pretty sure this guy who was when I was a young fella working with him was in his mid to late 40s. I'm pretty sure he wasn't after watching Boys to Men.
No.
And going, I need to wear my trousers down.
I need to
around.
leave my pants sagging.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing, Tom. Measures have been taken against this.
Yeah. For years.
For years, all right?
Yeah.
You don't want to wear a belt, don't wear a belt, all right? You know, because a lot of boys, if they're out on construction, still wear a belt, but it's a tool belt,
Yeah.
which is a separate thing, and it won't hold your trousers up. It's just like a tool belt with nails and fucking knows what.
Yeah.
Hammers and shit like this.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. You just think, well, I'm wearing a belt, so my trousers will be staying up. Surely. No, not the case, pal. Sorry you thought that.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You're shit out of luck there.
All right. So then in came braces, Tom.
Yeah.
Braces would hold your trousers up, all right. And braces have got a certain fashionableness to them, all right. You know.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Somewhat cool, you know.
Yeah.
But like, the one thing that I will say, and I've seen this, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I was like, holy shit! Someone's finally done it. Someone's struck upon the $1 million idea. You're familiar with Snickers workwear, Snickers trousers?
Yes.
Well, there's another brand that makes similar workwear and trousers. Dickies make it as well.
Mascot.
Not Mascot. The crowd I'm talking about is Caterpillar.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Caterpillar, like, yes, the same guys that make the JCBs. They also make workwear. They make trousers and such like, and they make hoodies and what have you. But their trousers left no stone unturned. And we were in like the rep came into the shop to sell us these cat trousers, and he was talking through all the features and such like. It was actually a lady. She was talking through all the features and such like. So she was saying, okay, you'll notice that the material at the back at the heel is 3 times the thickness of the material the rest of the trousers.
Oh.
And we were like, why is this? She says, because when you're taking off your boots, you normally just put your...
Oh, wow.
You put your heel to the heel and kick it off, don't you?
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant.
So
God,
the material
I love Caterpillar.
So this is where you're going, right? And the pockets, right? You could pull the pockets out and leave them hanging out.
Yes, yeah.
And put nails and all that kind of shit. And so they were clever like this, all right? And she showed me the inside of the waistband of the trousers. And the inside of the waistband had, like...
Rubber.
Rubber.
Yes. I've seen these on back when I had money.
Yeah.
When I used to go skiing. I know.
You know, right?
And
so you know what
ski
I'm
trousers had those rubbery strips on them.
to stop them from a bit of grip. To stop.
See, this
them
is
from
why
falling down.
we're not rich, because I didn't see that and go, you know what, that we could utilize that.
You
on
could
work
take
trip.
that.
No, I didn't think of that.
And put them. No, but like Caterpillar did, and probably a lot of places have followed suit. And lads, I'm not talking like this was like little strips of rubber, like what you'd see on a Gillette Mac 5, like the little ribs.
Like you'd know you'd been wearing those trousers by the end of the day. Is that what you're telling me? Like?
These look like fucking windscreen wiper blades.
Do you know what? It's fucking worth it. It's fucking worth it.
And I was like, holy shit. But you rest assured, like, and I sold any amount of those trousers to any amount of lads. And they always... The problem, I think, Tom, was most builders and tradesmen and things like that, they'll buy the next size up for comfort.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because they're going to be bending and they're going to be moving and they're going to be...
a lot of it.
So a lot of it is that...
But here's another thing. If your arse is hanging out all day, saying you're on a site...
That's not comfortable.
You're telling me you won't have a dose of fucking nappy rash / ire by the end of the day with the amount of dust going down your hairy, sweaty crack? Can you imagine what
how
that
do you fucking keep that clean?
I mean, we've all gone fucking bailing and whatnot, and well, you know what I mean. Well, we haven't all gone bailing. But by Jesus, you'd fair know you've been fucking bailing, because there is fucking hay dust everywhere. You'll find the fucking hay seeds in places you didn't know you had places.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just love the way, Tom, you know our audience so well. You know when you've been bailing, right?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Gerry. I'm sorry. Well, I guess a lot of shit bestowed upon me that I... Well, you know when you were getting the loose as a child? No. You know when your dad's business goes goes bankrupt and you have to foreclose and then open as a new business. Yeah, you know your dad has to put the business in your name.
Yeah. No, I don't fucking know that at all. Oh, man. Alright.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think we went full circle on that. You actually offered a really good alternative. So there's no argument that there's no reason as to why arses should be hanging out at any point.
Absolutely not.
Grand. Okay. We fucking booted into the fucking
it actually, you know what, we're gonna carry the tone on through to our second segment, Tom. Our second segment has been mixed. It's not that we've given up on doing shit gigs, Tom, because fuck knows I haven't.
Oh, no. We're just building a stockpile for you. We might even fucking formulate this into a fucking live podcast on, a live video podcast, because there's a lot of actions can go into how shit our gigs were. We might recap on them.
We absolutely will, Tom. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if there's any TV producers out there who want to make a show with Tom and Gerry just giving out about stuff,
give us a camera.
The gigs bit would really, really pay dividend. I think it really would.
But we've retired it just for this season for the time being.
Yeah.
We've moved back another fan favourite, worked out very well. Our middle segment will now be taken up with You Wouldn't Think We'd Like That.
What wouldn't we think you'd like, Gerry?
Well, look at Tom, there's a lot of things you wouldn't think we'd like.
Because you surprised me, you threw me a couple of curveballs. But that last season, actually, I really got excited by that machine that you had in the kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen lid.
Yeah, I really got it. I couldn't back you on the laundry thing, I'll be honest with you. But I did appreciate your love for those
You did
things.
appreciate my love for these things. Well, like I say, Tom, this segment, for those of you new to the podcast, you might know that me and Tom, we do like things such as, I don't know, sports, machines, hunting,
culty stuff, basically.
giving out,
Yeah.
things like that. So, but there's every now and then we show our sort of softer side and say, well,
We do have one. We're like armadillos.
Yes, indeed. You turn us over, we got a little scratchy back.
Crunchy on the outside, smooth on the inside.
So I'll take this one, Tom, and it actually marries in. I wasn't actually going to go with this one. I had this one saved for a later podcast, but just the way that, incidentally, people, we don't rehearse any of this shit. What Tom says to me for giving out yards, that's the first fucking time I hear it.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It works better that way.
I don't think it'd work well if we scripted anything at all. No, it actually would be utter shite if we scripted anything.
Yeah. Besides like the odd time where we record a podcast and it wasn't recording and we have to do the whole fucking thing.
That has happened.
That has happened, I tell you. Tom, this is what I like. And it's becoming more and more apparent of late. I fucking love Sudocrem. I love Sudocrem like a fucking brother that I lost in Nam.
Really?
I fucking
Is
love
it that good though?
It's, oh my god, Jesus, Tom. It is out on its own.
How?
It is like a fucking lighthouse, pal.
Is this just kind of saving you a lot of grief because you've got children and stuff and they love Sudocrem? Or do you yourself love Sudocrem for the fact that it's Sudocrem?
I gotta tell you, Tom, I had like Sudocrem was like a lost love affair that I remember I loved, and then I didn't have any need for it for years upon years.
Kind of like Germaline.
Like Germaline, exactly.
When you used to cut your fingers tons when you were a young fella, like, and you were constantly getting infected. As you get closer to middle age, you realise, or you recognise that you shouldn't be banging off stuff as much as you did as a child. So you don't have as many infected cuts.
Yeah, and you don't need TCP as often as you used to.
No.
Things like this.
Iodine. Iodine.
All this kind of shit. Brown bottle.
Brown bottle. A brown skin.
Ignorant fucking brown bottle. Like this is like this.
I don't think kids nowadays would put up with iodine.
No, the fucking wouldn't, unless it came in like a SpongeBob SquarePants bottle or something like that.
Same way they wouldn't put up with having ashes put on their forehead, like on Wednesday.
Yeah, indeed. Or a dock leaf or a nettle.
Tell me more about Sudocrem. Like, I'm not sold on it.
Well, here's the thing. Sudocrem, Tom, is an Irish product, did you know?
It's not like made by fucking Johnson & Johnson or some other...
No, it's not. It's made by...
Unilever or something,
no? It might... I don't know who bought it out all down the way or what have you. I don't know who the overarching parent company is.
Right.
Sudocrem's made by a company called Forest to Sarah.
Oh!
Yes. And Forest to Sarah are out in Baldoyle.
Fuck!
And I used to work out in Baldoyle, and the crowd used to come down from Forest to Sarah all day, every day, buying in stuff. They'd just be like the caretakers buying in.
I have an imagine of the whole surrounding area smelling like Sudocrem. I worked on a site once right beside a Ferrero Rocher factory, and the entire place between 1 and 4 o'clock would smell like fucking Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, not the case here, Tom. This estate smelled like shite. I gotta tell you, Tom,
it needed a slurry tanker of Sudocrem to go through it. Like
it had Forest to Sarah right there, but it also had a landfill taken up in the entire right-hand wing.
I assume too something like Sudocrem is probably done in a place that doesn't it's a bit more sealed off.
Yeah.
Than Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, okay.
So the guys were coming down from Forest to Sarah and they'd be getting light bulbs. Just the caretakers getting light bulbs and shit like this.
Right.
And one time I turned to the guys and said, Forest to Sarah, what are they like? Are they like a do they make speaker equipment or something?
Yeah,
like this?
that's
and
what
they're
it does sound like, yeah.
They make Sudocrem. I goes, get the fuck, like what, they're like part of it? And they goes, no, every drop of Sudocrem in the country comes out of Forest to Sarah.
Is Sudocrem anywhere else in the world?
No, Tom, and I will fucking get to that.
Sorry for jumping the fucking...
I'll get
the
that.
fence there.
Sudocrem, Tom, came back into my life because I've had a couple of kids.
Yeah.
And it's nappy rash, which is Sudocrem's like raison d'etre. That's its thing.
Okay, right.
It's a cream for Sudocrem.
Right.
And like when we had baby number 1 and we were like shit scared. What if he gets nappy rash? Like, we didn't know anything. When you're handed a first baby, you don't know what's going on.
So like nappy
you really feel like nappy rash is going to push you over the edge.
It's a plague of sorts. Like
if you get nappy rash, like fucking child services are going to come smashing down. No, if someone in services goes nappy rash, don't worry about it. It's nothing to wipe a Sudocrem won't sort out. And you know what, Tom?
Was this a
Absolutely
medical
right.
professional said this to you?
Fuck no, it was my mother.
Oh, right. Yeah, it didn't do you any harm.
Didn't do you any harm. And it's absolutely, like, nappy rash is a horrible thing for anybody. It's a horrible thing, especially for a baby.
Much like the ire of a builder with dust down his crack.
That's what reminded me of it, Tom.
Okay. So that's how we move swiftly into it. Okay.
You give a little wipe of Sudocreme, next morning, next nappy change, things right as new.
Jesus Christ, what's in it? Is there steroids or something
I
in
don't
it?
fucking know. I don't know, Tom. It's a consistency like no other cream.
My grandmother swears by Astral Cream.
What is Astral Cream, Tom?
This is some sort of fucking... Like, if your face was dry as fuck after maybe lime washing a wall all fucking day, this is the kind of stuff you'd fucking use.
But that'd be like a Trixo, wouldn't it? We talked about it.
Yeah, but she this is face of Trixo basically. But she's been using this. It must be made in Ireland because she's been using it since the fucking 40s. Like she's 90, and she still has the skin of like at least a 78-year-old.
Well, Sudocreme, Tom, you can't put it.
I bet they make it as well.
I'm not saying you can't put Sudocreme on your face, right? But like you shouldn't because it doesn't absorb into your skin.
Oh,
Yeah,
what does it
it's
do?
not like a moisturizer. It doesn't. You rub it on your hands. Your hands are white like a clown. It
How?
doesn't soak in.
What the fuck does it do?
I don't fucking
Is
know.
it like
it does magic,
Dr.
Tom.
Quinn Medicine Woman when she put a salve on somebody?
It's a salve, Tom.
Oh, right.
It's a salve.
Like
So
a poultice.
It's
It doesn't soak in, it just kind of sorts it out while lying on top of it.
It's a balm.
A balm.
Balm, Tom. And like what it does is I don't fucking know what it does. Don't ask me about the science of it. But it works. It sorts out nappy rash and all that.
Jesus.
And all of a sudden we had like acres of Sudocreme in the house, okay? Because you gotta have Sudocreme in every room.
How much would a tub of Sudocreme set you back?
Tub of Sudocreme's like €5 you get a big industrial sized tub of it for a bit dearer.
Fucking hell.
And what, like, a pro tip, Tom, get the big tub and just spoon it into the little pots.
Ah, sure. Yeah, you have to be years at it, Gerry. I wouldn't
You know
know
what I
that. I would have totally been newbie and buying them as in a little pot.
You'd have been buying them not at all, Tom. You want to get a pot of this stuff, and let me tell you, there's nothing this fucking thing can't do. If you have like a spot, Tom, if you have like a spot in the back of your neck giving you shit, right?
Yeah.
Put a wee drop of this in it, get up in the morning, that motherfucker's gone.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are all these other companies surviving? Like, fucking, what are those ones?
I don't know.
Sunburn.
Sudocreme.
Fucking...
Broken leg. Sudocreme. Tom. Fucking anything at all.
I'm just trying to think, like... dermatitis from concrete burn.
Sudocreme.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, man, it's a fucking magic bulb. Like,
Wasp sting.
Sudocreme. I'm telling you, the answer's always the same, pal.
Wow.
Here's the thing, right? Here's how it really came back into my life. I started, as we were talking earlier in the podcast, I started exercising a wee bit more and running about the place because I really felt I was going to die.
Yeah.
And I don't mind, like, fitness-wise, like, I can run, I guess, you know, and
Okay.
I can lift weights and
Yeah.
I can do all these things. I don't really get, like, muscle strain or agonies or injuries or things like this, but what I do get is fucking war smooth from balls to knees.
Ire.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's what ire is. A mate of mine, he is actually a professional basketball player. Fit as a fucking flea. Not a pick on him. But for some reason, whatever way his legs went together, he got from his fucking top of his arse crack down to his fucking knees.
Ire.
He'd have fucking ire. And
You know what we call it up where are we?
Well,
Scald.
scald. Well, scald actually. Yeah, I suppose your ire. Yeah, scald is actually a better word. It's more accurate of a
I
word,
get
really.
fucking scalded like no man's business. Actually, funny to say, it seems everybody's got a word for it. I used to work with a guy, and you know what he called it?
What?
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, I got wolf. And he would distinguish it as being
I would have.
he's got leg wolf or he's got arse wolf.
I jeez, like wolf would be more of a fucking venereal disease, wouldn't it?
I don't know. It was way out there, but like it has kind of stuck every now and
'Cause
then. The missus will say to me, "What's wrong with you?" I'll be like, "Yeah, you know yourself, the wolf."
Connors used to use a stuff. It was made by Johnson & Johnson. It was even finer than talcum powder. It was called Condensomol.
Would Caldicin just derive from that? Because you can still get Caldicin.
Maybe I'm after inventing a new word, Gerry. Maybe,
It could be Caldicin.
Maybe you're absolutely
It couldn't be
right
that similar.
in what you're saying there. But he didn't know about Sudocreme, so Sudocreme would have healed him. Because he used to be cribbing that this shit was only fucking abating the issue. It was never solving the issue.
Do you know what it is? Caldicin's got its uses as well. Sometimes if you've got like a bad enough scald, you got to keep it dry rather than wet it, and that's when Caldicin comes in. It's mighty stuff as well.
But he
from
never,
what I will
you know,
say,
he
but
definitely.
Sudocreme's on a fucking.
We
other
heard
level.
about this on a fucking daily basis in college. Like he cribbed about his the whole time. Like.
Look, I gotta tell you, Tom, I feel his pain. Because I'll tell you one thing. Since I started, like sometimes if I go for a right run, and like do you know what I do sometimes? And it's the wrong thing to do. I run away from home Right?
Right.
But like, I'll run away from home, so I'll run a distance and get the bus home. See?
Right.
Rather than running the same distance in a loop, I'll feel like going a straight line and get the bus home. You see what I'm saying?
Would you not have it?
Well, you see,
Turn around and go home.
that is what's going to happen from now on. Because what was happening was I was running, and then sitting on my damp hole.
Oh, sure, you get fucking piles and everything from that, Gerry.
And I was getting serious arse scald the whole way.
On an old fucking, guys, you can be guaranteed there's no forgiveness in those. They do not soak anything, those seats on a fucking bus.
So, you get home, what do you go for? Oh, pal, you go for that Sudocrem, baby. And there's nothing else in this fucking planet. Nobody is even addressing the issue.
Would you ever put it into the fridge?
Oh yeah, you gotta put that Sudocrem in the fridge, bro. Not in the freezer, because it goes like funny, like it can go lumpy, and then you have to bring it back into the room and let it kind of settle to itself, and it gets its own consistency.
What are you doing there, Gerry? I'm just stirring the frozen Sudocrem. You know yourself getting a bit of life back into it again.
Getting the Sudocrem to heat up there a wee bit. But yeah, I'm telling you, Tom, like there's no other product on the market that is specifically for scalded arses like Sudocrem is. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like, oh, topical ointment. Oh, it's a Vaseline. Oh, it's a this, it's a that. Sudocrem might as well just have right on the front label for scaldy arses.
Because it was always because I are often you'd hear fellas using Vaseline because of course it's petroleum jelly.
But all that's doing is stopping one thing from sliding against the other. It's not fixing it.
Because there's an old phrase at home about an annoying cunt. You know, somebody who's just unbearable, and you'd say he'd fucking give ire to a fucking jar of Vaseline. Right. Do you know, and that takes some fucking going, like.
That takes some fucking doing. Well, let me tell you, Tom, it's like arse scald is like the disease that nobody talks about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like arse scald to me.
It fucking is, actually, yeah. Not enough people talk about it.
We need to talk more about it. To me, arse scald is like...
I think that's a campaign. We should get a badge. We should get our own coloured ribbon.
We should get like a little ribbon, because arse scald is like AIDS in the 80s. It's fucking rife. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody is doing anything about it. And along comes Sudocrem. Sudocrem is like fucking Liz Taylor.
It's the unsung hero.
Sudocrem is just going to come
Isn't that what
along.
makes it cooler, though, is that it's an unsung fucking hero? Sudocrem going to write a couple of books. You know? Beyond the Graham Norton show in a couple of years' time.
So, you asked me earlier, Tom, is Sudocrem available elsewhere? It's not. Well, it's not available in this one place anyway. I was in America years of fucking ago. One of the 2 times I was in America.
Yeah.
And I was over in New York, and it was at the time it was the coldest period. The biggest snowfall that New York had seen in like living memory.
Oh, for fuck.
I think it's been beaten since.
Right.
But I was coming in on the tail end of that. I mean, like, you know, the plane couldn't take off from Dublin because they were waiting 3/4 of an hour for snow to melt.
Right.
In JFK.
Right. Jesus.
So we landed in on this fucking Baltic. Right? I was actually on my own, right? And it's Baltic, and I'm walking, but I'm doing the tourist thing. I'm walking up and down the length of Manhattan and such like. And I get scalded like no man's business because it's cold. I'm a little cold. Legs are rubbing off each other, and I'm scalded the fuck, right?
Righto.
So I need Sudocrem.
Huh.
I need Sudocrem, but fucking bad, right?
I would love to be there as you go in and some New York fucking shop assistant is standing there and you're asking for Sudocrem.
Well, I went in. I knew that they wouldn't have it, right? Because I knew I took a little scut around. I went into a chemist. It's a big chemist over in
Target,
New York. It wasn't Target. No, it was a place called
CVS.
It wasn't CVS. It was called Walgreens.
Oh, Walgreens. You can fucking buy anything inside that place.
Well, you can't fucking buy Sudocrem.
Oh, right. Yeah. The irony of it. You can buy a fucking gun in Walgreens.
But I went in because and it was like I was pure tourist at the time. Not only was I sort of gobsmacked at the Statue of Liberty and gobsmacked at the Empire State Building, like, you know, I was a little bit gobsmacked, like, oh shit, Walgreens, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
You know the way, like, we'd go over and go, fucking hell, Walmart, look at the size of this place, and the Americans
they come over here and
what are you?
They go, Supermax, price
Supermax, holy shit. So I went into Walgreens and I says I knew that they didn't have Sudocrem, but I needed similar or same, right?
Right.
So I goes, how are you keeping?
How are you keeping?
And she's like, how may I help you, sir? And I goes, I need like an ointment, I need like a topical ointment. And she goes, okay, have you got, and like they start going, have you got poison oak and all this kind of shit.
Oh yeah, because of course you have, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I've been rolling around in poison oak. She goes, what's it for? And I just like, I had to rack my brain, and I goes, You can't say it for scalded arse.
No.
I mean, like, you know, I could, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck do I care?
But you know what? You could say it, and it would fucking fall on very deaf ears, Gerry.
It's for ire, my love. It's for ire. It's for wolf, if you will. And she goes, what's it for? And, like, I had a flash of inspiration. I goes, it's for nappy rash. And then I goes, no, it's not for nappy rash, because they don't even fucking have nappies over here.
Diaper rash.
I says, it's for diaper rash. It's an ointment for diaper rash.
Jesus.
And she goes, oh, okay, well, of course, why didn't you say so? We got, like, any amount of that. We're kicking it out of the fucking road.
Fucking hell.
And she turned around and she got me, like, a tube of stuff. And I forget the name of it, right? But it struck me like I'd heard it before in a movie or something.
Like Neosporin.
Like something like that.
Yeah. Because that shit has fucking antibiotics in it, over the counter.
Right.
It's some shit for cuts.
And like, you know, I will say for American chemists, they give you, like, either or. They give you, fucking, what's the one? Advil. No, not Advil. Anyway, some painkiller that's, like, over here you'd have to get it on lock and key.
Oh, yeah,
They only
yeah.
sell you 6 at a time. Over there, they'll send you, like, 96 for $4. So she gave me this stuff, and I'm sorry, but I forget the name of it. But it came in a little tube, like a little Aquafresh pump.
What?
Do you know the Aquafresh
Yeah,
pumps?
yeah.
It was like that, only it was small.
Right. Okay.
All right? It was about the thickness of a 4-color pen.
Right. Okay.
And like, you know, when I got it out outside and looked at it, I was like, fuck, I better go back in and buy 9 more of these.
It's a big child.
Fuck all in this, you know. And immediately from the consistency of it, Tom, I knew
Wasn't going to do the trick.
wasn't going to do.
Was
the
it just
trick.
watery old piss?
No, it was sticky.
Ara, for fuck's sake.
It was sticky, Tom. It felt tacky in your hands. But, like, you know, what the hell was I going to do? I applied liberally to myself. And this is the thing with Americans as well. You know the way we've got this warning on things that says for external use only?
Yeah.
You know what that means. That means don't eat it. Don't stick it up your arse.
Yeah.
Fucking
Don't stick it in your eye.
don't stick it in your eye. Americans spell all that shit out line for line because they're so shit scared of being sued. So it'll be like, do not ingest orally. Do not insert in anus and pump.
How many times have they gotten caught with that?
How many times? It's like, we got another one. So it wasn't Sudocrem. So like I say, Tom, you might think I like it. You might think I should be hardy enough to be like, I can take a scaldy arse and keep going. No, Sudocrem. I love it.
Takes a real man. Good man. Good on you.
We'll move on, Tom, to our
Our final chapter. Yeah,
a new chapter.
A new chapter.
A new season.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to blow your minds.
No,
it is.
It's going to take you way back.
Yeah, way back.
Way back, like a recliner, baby.
So I'll take what
we're going to call this one, Tom. We're going to reach all the way back to a time when we weren't rugged hardy men like we are today, Tom. We're going to reach all back, and we call this segment "When We Were Garsons."
We used to call garçons is what we'd call it.
Garçons.
Garçons.
Garsons.
Which I suppose it's all from French. I suppose
The French for garçon. What the fuck else could it be, right?
Garçon. Wasn't that in some cartoon somewhere?
It could be very.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
Jesus, I'm
garçon.
showing myself now.
Now you're talking, Tom.
Showing myself.
Save it for the
Actually,
podcast.
do you know what? I'll tell you how I found that out another day on another podcast because it's you're gonna laugh your fucking hole off. We've got some mileage out of why I know that.
I fucking
name.
look forward to it, Tom. But Garsons, Tom, yeah, young
When we
fellas.
were young fellas.
Chiseler.
Back when we were chiselers. And I suppose the relativeness of it is probably going to be the stark contrast to when fucking young fellas are young fellas right now.
I'm telling you.
This shit, and everybody, I mean, I hate getting fucking nostalgia. I hate to be nostalgia comedy guy, but we have our own personal stories that are kind of funny.
Yeah.
And this one was based, there was a fierce, I'm from, as are you, from right country.
Proper country.
There are no street lights.
To school through the fields.
Yeah, quite literally. And this is based right around school, the story. And basically what it was, right into the heart of it, the River Arlo runs off the Galtee Mountains and wraps around my house and divides what my house was to my primary school.
I'm seeing it coming like a fucking Omega symbol.
Yeah, not a million miles. Just stretch that out over a couple of miles and that's pretty much it. But you did have to cross a bridge to get to the school. Now, all in all, it was only tops a mile to the school.
Okay.
And typically we'd cycle over or you'd fucking cut through the fields or whatever. But this...
Cut through the fields,
Cut
Tom.
through the fields.
It's fucking... It could be 20 years since I cut through a field to get anywhere.
It's fucking lovely though, isn't it?
Oh man, go on. You're bringing me back. Go on, I can cry.
But this one particular morning anyway, and there'd been fucking torrential rain the night before. torrential rain. It was serious now, the rain. It was absolute. I've been pegging it down all week, so you knew low-lying lands around the rivers were going to have a bit. And at this stage, the river hadn't been deepened, because this is a project that happened in the 90s. The river got deepened and stopped flooding. So this particular year was absolute. Now it's probably maybe 6 or 7. Yeah, it's probably about 6 or 7. And
So give me a year. What are we talking here?
this would have
90s?
been 86. Would have been 86.
Okay, 86.
Yeah.
A good vintage.
A good vintage. And this fucking river absolutely burst its banks. First thought into my head when I heard this was fantastic. No school for Tom.
Because Tom can't possibly swim across this.
Can't go across it. And this would have been the case. It never really got this bad before. To recede and you get half a day's school or something, or something would happen. But normally there'd be you'd be getting away with fucking no school anyway.
Right.
So
This would be like a bad snow.
So it was like a bad snow for all the world, but the river had fucking burst its banks, and there was probably about, I would say, the majority of children lived on my 15-mile stretch of road that were going to that school.
Right.
So it would have been an easy pickup if you could only find a vehicle that could traverse such depths of water and pack 15 children in all at one time.
You're talking.
What would you be talking, Gerry? What do you think out the countryside would be readily available? Because a bus, God no, the air intake is far too low. Far too low.
Right. I mean, like, it sounds like what you need here is like the fucking Viking splash boat.
Yeah, there was none of them going. There was none of them going, Gerry. But what there was a 3200 John Deere.
Dumb.
And because it was the height of the winter,
Yeah.
what wasn't being used but was perfect for throwing a load of youngsters into the back of? A fucking silage trailer. The phone call went around anyway, and by about 10 o'clock my mother had us all baggaged and baggaged up.
Right.
On lands fucking Mossy Tierney in his fucking big 3200 fucking John Deere, banging with the fucking rattling trailer. Now I did not want to go to school.
Right.
But
So it was any excuse not to, but you weren't going to miss this crack.
when I saw the opportunity with the lads to jump into the back of a fucking silage trailer, to give you an idea of the height of a silage trailer, at age 7, your average child would only, at the top of their head, would meet where the silage trailer's fucking floor starts.
Yes.
It's 14.5 foot high sides on 3 sides, and the back bit is cage.
Yes.
So essentially, there was 14, because I was the last youngster to be picked up, there was 14 other youngsters with big fucking woolly hats on them, school bags, not fucking tied onto anything, not sitting down, standing up, rolling around, busting themselves, roaring, laughing, roaring around. I could not fucking wait to get into the back of this. Mossy thought it'd be a great crack to slam on the brakes every so often, send all the fucking children flying. It was one of the best times of my fucking... One of my mates, Bobby, got 9 stitches in the top of his fucking head from he hit the side of a fucking a coach bolt that was sticking out the side of the fucking inside of the trailer.
Fucking hell.
Bobby didn't give fuck.
No, he didn't care.
He didn't give one fuck.
Where are we going to get back? What was I going to say, Tom? Who was 100% certain and sure that the body of water you were crossing...
Nobody.
was
No.
shallow enough that this would go through.
Because nobody had checked it, Gerry, because Gerry or Timmy or Mossy had driven his tractor through it. But his tractor's seat was what would have been half the height up already. It would have been about 10 foot off into the air.
Yeah.
He didn't really gauge it too well because the tractor trailer was at 5 feet. So between that 8 foot and 5 foot,
There was a 3 foot discrepancy.
There was another foot of water to come.
So, did your little feet get wet?
No, we were all as equipped as well country children with wellies.
But that would suggest, Tom, that the water did come into the trailer.
Oh, it did. It definitely did come into the trailer. Can you imagine how funny we thought this was?
I can imagine how fucking terrifying it would be to me as a
Yeah,
grown-ass
as a
man.
grown adult. As a 7-year-old, this was one of the greatest... enough that I remember it now fucking vividly. This fucking trailer...
Some 3 decades later, near enough.
Still one of the greatest days of my fucking school life.
I mean, like, Tom, I've been in... Like, one of the things we used to like was there was a milkman that came around, and sometimes he would let you sit into the back of the milk van with the sides up.
Right.
And just go from house to house.
Yeah.
But not fucking... You know...
Yeah.
Through a tundra.
I know. And we got fucking carted the whole way, chains banging back and forth inside in the fucking trailer, Mossy swinging her, absolutely no regard for us. Because we were all going, whee, like it was the fucking Viking splash. And when he'd slam on the brakes, we'd all go sliding across the floor, because the floors would be beautifully polished from years of dragging fucking silage in on top of them. We'd go fucking flying back and forth, the water came flying in. We just couldn't wait for this. We didn't want to go to school. We were like, go again.
Spin
go
around.
again, Mossy.
The closest I can probably give you, Tom, was when they were baling hay out at the cousin's place. We would ride around on the back of the sled, you know, the hay sled?
Yeah.
And the hay sled, for the vast majority that have never been riding around on the back one, bales of hay fall out into it until there's 5 or 6 of them, and then a little trapdoor opens up.
Yeah.
And the bales of hay fall out. So
in a clump. So you
you've
can
like
actually
6 or
stack
8
them together.
Yeah,
then,
you've got 6 or 8 in a pile. And what would happen, we would wait and we'd know that that's the 7th one, that's the 8th one, right, he's going to open the gate, jump off, bales released, tractor keeps going, and we would have to run our little holes off to...
Yeah, to get onto it for the next one.
To get onto it for the next one.
Yeah.
Massively dangerous, Tom. Like, incredibly dangerous, but you know what? This was hay. Traditionally, you make that shit in the fucking sunshine.
That's it. There's a happiness to posh English people, Wimbledon and fucking the strawberries. Hate fucking young fellas in the country. It just has a happy thought, doesn't it?
There's nothing. You can't do it in the wet.
No.
You have to do it in the sunniest days of your childhood.
Yeah.
The sunniest days of your childhood, there's going to be hay fairly somewhere near it. But this is fucking the depths of winter with a
silage trailer. Yeah, that wouldn't have been moved all fucking winter. He pulled it out of storage.
He could have been driving at the far end of that with like fucking 10 drowned kids.
Oh yeah. And we all roar and laugh and go on, Mossy. And Mossy was actually listening to us. That's the thing. He was taking our advice that we should definitely fucking stomp on the brakes right now. It was gorgeous. It was
Tom,
gorgeous
I gotta ask you, do you think such a thing would be attempted today?
Do I fuck?
Like, honestly, Tom, there's a school up the road from us, and kids are dropped to that one at a time.
I wouldn't fucking be surprised. The shock and fucking horror on people's faces. Like, I said it to a woman one day. I said, would you not, she was a neighbour of ours, and she'd go off with the one kid inside in a big fucking Range Rover, and I said, would you not talk to the other
parents?
And she was like, well, I don't want to upset him. Oh, what? Would you not take him one? Like, yeah, no, it's I think I don't know what is scaring people so much about children these days, but no, I mean, it was... Like, Mossy could have just been a fucking psychopath and wanted to fucking kill us. But you know what? Mossy was a nice fella. He had his own issues. Like, you know, he's a bit of a mad fucker. But, like... What
we call in the country, a character.
He definitely was a character. He listened... Like, the maddest thing of the whole thing wasn't just that my mother thought, and all the other mothers thought, great plan. It was the fact that Mossy listened to us when we wanted him to go faster. And when he braked, we'd all run to the back of the trailer.
So that you could get properly thrown.
Yeah. Bobby got fucking stitches in his head. He'd go straight to fucking Dr. fucking whatchamacallit to get stitches in the top of his head.
That is crazy.
But then Bobby was that sort. Bobby since his last 2 fingers.
And he's grand.
Yeah, he's grand. Do you know what I mean?
More or less.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll tell you what's better again, Tom. There's a crowd beside us, a house of people beside us. They've got 5 kids and 1 on the way, which will make 6. And I was saying it to the missus. There is no car. You're into the realms of van or bus.
Oh yeah, that's a Volkswagen Transporter.
There's no car that can legally transport that whole family.
No, there's not.
Even if you buy a 7-seater.
And I tell you one thing,
you're out one.
You're at a stage there where you're borderline needing a HGV license.
Exactly.
Because if you go because you'll have to get a minibus license, because you'll have to get a 7-seater, and that's a minibus license. It's not HGV, but you do have to sit.
You have to sit in your test.
Yeah.
Like that's a legal requirement. Whereas I, Tom, and I'm sure you remember, being bundled 9 kids in the back of a fucking car. Well, there was a seatbelt to be had.
There was no seatbelts in the back. Well, I used to go to mass on Sunday mornings, right, with the next door neighbours, grumpiest bastards ever, because they used to go to 8:30, and I used to serve mass.
Yes.
It was a Mark II Escort.
Yes.
And even there definitely was no seatbelts in the back, but their seatbelts up the front. The passenger one, I'll always remember Stacia's one, was fucked. So Mossy would stick his one through hers and tie, he'd clip his one in. So basically, if she took off in any fashion whatsoever, she was bringing fucking Mossy with her. And it was all down to Mossy's clip. But,
There you go.
They died of natural causes since. Right, we'll wrap it up there.
We'll
Gerry.
stick a pin in that one there, Tom. It's fucking good to be back. So
It's good to be back. We'll see. We'll see. And do share. Why not share? Obviously,
Share,
you'll
yeah,
see this
why
on the
not?
Tom and Gerry show. We're on Twitter
Yes, we're on Twitter. I'm at Gerry McBride. Tom is...
at Tom_O'Mahony.
And everything will bring you to at Tom and Gerry Show.
Exactly. See you later, guys.
Good luck, come on!